Welcome inside TD Place in Ottawa as the Charging Goldeneyes get set to meet for the third time this season.
Two teams start the night at the bottom of the standings. A regulation win will propel one into the middle of the pack. We are underway in the nation's capital. Sophie Jakes passes it off to Thompson and Jen Gardner. All three heading to the Olympics in a matter of weeks. Hannah Miller comes in, but it's offside. Gwyneth Phillips making her Olympic debut. She's been riding this 4-game win streak with the Charge. And this will be a busy stretch for Ottawa coming in. Of note, Sani Ahola has been activated again, was on LTIR for sickness, but she's back. However, Kendra Woodland is the backup tonight. Vancouver. Teresa Venisheva drops it back. That was Ottawa's leading scorer last season. Still looking for her first goal of this campaign. Has 5 assists, though.
Wouldn't they love to get her on the board? Vancouver struggled to put pucks in the net. Someone like Teresa Venisheva could be a huge help in that regard.
Not for lack of offensive threats. Good play by the rookie Hemp, who moves up in the lineup for Ottawa. Izzy Daniel as well, showing plenty of progress, getting rewarded for it by head coach Brian Adolski.
Reward was to put her on the first unit of the power play. He's really happy with where her defensive game has gone this year so far.
Puts it ahead for Gardner, has Miller in the slot. Miller comes in, a penalty drawn. So we'll have our first power play of the game. Power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes and so much more. Vancouver with the 6th ranked power play at the moment. 3 for 24. Just over 12%. They have one power play goal against Ottawa. The only one that was scored in this building for the Goldeneyes in their last meeting. It was early in the season. A lot has happened since. Daniel circles back. There she is on the power play. Jakes quarterbacking this one. Gets it back through distance. Catherine Riley sends it down and off. Comes the change. A great forecheck from Manna McMahon.
Just forcing Vancouver to move that puck a little quicker than maybe they wanted to. I like the idea from Sophie Jakes, so just to throw that puck on net. Abby Maureen is a great net front player. She's there, taking away Phillips' eyes.
Into the corner with LaRock. It's the red sweaters that come away with a good clear. As Brian Adolski mentioned to us before the game, he doesn't want his players necessarily looking to paint Picassos, he said. Score any way you can. Find a way. Right now, shorthanded Vasco is dangerous in the slot for the Charge. Out comes Venisheva. She's kept to the outside. Another good clear for Ottawa. In full control here on the penalty kill.
Vancouver really struggling just to get in, get set up right now. Ottawa making some nice reads when to pressure the puck.
Ottawa is the 7th ranked penalty kill, but at home, they're 9 for 11. Venisheva looking for her options. 30 seconds remaining on this first power play of the game. Vancouver with the advantage. Hughes tries to send it up along the near wall. Pushed off the puck by Gilday. It's been tremendous for this Ottawa team. 5th overall pick. This will tie up some time here. Venisheva comes out, tries an angle shot. It's the outside of the net, and down the ice it goes.
I don't mind the thought process there. I think if Venisheva could have hit her target, she saw a little bit of space in that near side corner. She couldn't put it on the mark.
Back to even strength. Bell was trying to use Greco from the far side. Out comes Darcy Lappin. He sends it around the end boards. Brooke McQuigg down low. Vancouver with the first 2 shots in this game. Of course, also having the first power play, still scoreless. As we are 4 minutes in. In comes Shahina and Jenner. Jenner puts it on the net. And Leslie with 8 points so far in this campaign. I think she just had 3 points through her games last season. But What a difference it has been ever since that playoff run, too. Greco for the Goldeneyes. Sends it around, and Michelle Carvinen looking for her first PWHL goal, rather. She has 2 assists. And our first look at Nina Jobs-Smith making her PWHL debut. Okay, she was injured, had to wait here. This is the 11th game. Maureen is down on the blue line, not moving, but the play continues. There's the whistle. Charge. Looking to get a shot on goal right now. They had a good penalty kill, and then Katarova now working up the boards. Just as quickly, Vancouver slips it into the neutral zone, has Gardner looking back, supported by Jakes. Fans on the pass. The Charge can't break out.
Anna Miller abandoned that puck. She could have stayed in and taken it. That would not have been offside. Ottawa put it back in the zone.
Miller with 1 goal so far, but 3 points in their game on Saturday in Detroit. That was their first road win.
Another player that they've got to get going. She was dominant last year at times. For Toronto, put up some huge points. She comes to Vancouver and just has not been able to do the same thing yet.
Mike's now to the far wall. Back at center ice, Larocque tries to send it far side. That gives Vanisheva some space. Great play by Larocque to stop that. Charge, head up the other way. Emily Clark drives the net. That was a big play by Greco to cut her path off.
Emily Clark coming off of her first goal of the season, looking to have another one as she turns on the Jets, attacks the net and puts a puck on goal.
So great to see all the fans come out. More takeover tour games coming up ahead too. December was such a busy month, wonderfully so in the league. Right now the Charge trying to get a shot on goal here. And there's a chance. Goes across the rock. Heads back into the neutral zone. Channel Watkins feeding it back, finds the Ottawa Charge. Savalainen slips it back from Razova. Now a chance in front. Oh my! Clark was parked right there. Hemp again with a centering feed.
Some really nice patience, and you can see that cross-ice pass was wide open. And Ottawa just looks to slip it back across the crease, but just can't quite connect.
Ottawa has put more than 30 shots on Vancouver in both their meetings, out shooting the Goldeneyes so far this season. Rebecca Leslie looking for space below the goal line. Wozniewicz as well, buzzing around the net. Back in the Ottawa zone, Miller staying with the puck. Out it comes. Wozniewicz with a good feed. Markowski patient, looking for Leslie in the slot to the far corner.
Amazing handle with the defensive play there. Dropped down nice and low and just broke up that pass.
Thompson gets the puck back, trying to send it across.
Ottawa doing a nice job now to get the puck into the offensive zone, but got to find a way to get more pucks to the net.
Here comes Hobson. Katarova back in the mix. Vanisheva hungry for it, trying to do all she can. Out comes Manna McMahon. Feeling that pressure, Hughes takes it around. Back to the point for Riley. Man reverses it. Greco goes down with Katarova now. Pressure again, this time delivered. A good hit by McMahon. Katarova in the near corner. Cross. Riley in the circle.
Nice little move by Riley to pull that puck back, get herself a little bit of space, and throw it on net.
9 minutes in, and shots are 2-0 for Vancouver right now. Slower start. Vasco from the half wall finds Meixna in the middle. Out they come. A little 2-on-2. Meixna stripped of the puck by Channel Watkins. Taken back. A chance here. Vasco.
I don't think she realized she had Meixna coming in, back door wide open.
They stay in the Vancouver zone, but not for long as the Goldeneyes get on the move. Katie Jan sends it deep. This is how they want to play.
A lot of wall play. Both teams struggling to get really to the middle of the ice. And then Ottawa, who's had the puck in their zone so much, but can't seem to find a way through.
Razova finds that support back in. They score! Rania Savalainen opens the scoring against Vancouver.
Now there's what they're looking for. Create a 2-on-1. Rania Savalainen jumps into the rush. And then it's a nice shot off the pads. You can create with a shot like that. Quick transition, and then there you go. Off you go. There's a quick 2-on-1 off the pad. Savalainen jumps in. A little bit of finish from the finish. She puts the puck in the back of the net.
It's a juicy rebound for her second goal of the season. Scored her first on the power play. She's now up to a 3-game point streak.
They've got some ability to create offense from the back end with this Ottawa team. Rory Gilday has been off to a great start. A team that looked like maybe they lost some of the offensive juggernauts from the back end when they lost to Ashton Bell.
Well, it took them, a chance here for Thompson as she to set something up for her team, unable to get the offense going, although still now in Ottawa's end. Miller looking to retrieve it. Emily Clark. They almost get tangled up with the official.
That's a smart play of Carvin and just to slow Clark down.
How about Miller just taking McMahon off the puck, and Miller again over to Jakes this time. Big stop from Phillips. Headed the other way. Ottawa took half the opening frame to get their first shot on goal, and then on the second, able to get the first goal of the game. Jenner looking for Hobson. Gives Hannah Miller a chance. Across once more, Izzy Daniel. Need to set up net front. Gardner. No-look pass. Gives it away to Ottawa. Leslie to Hobson. Shoot, and they ring it off the post. Fans hoping to jump up. They got off to such a fast start against the Goldeneyes in their very first meeting. But again, that was so early in this season for an expansion team still getting to know one another.
Well, maybe that's part of it, getting to know one another. But when Brian Adolski says to us they got to keep things simple, it was a no-look pass turnover that led to that 3-on-2 rush. So keeping things simple even in the offensive zone.
Kayla Cava finds Segedi far side. Segedi gets it back. The nice feed for Cava. Not quite the power she wanted on the shot. Vancouver will have another go. Cava trying to bring it out from below the goal line, but Savalainen has support from Larocque off the boards, and out comes the charge. Feed along the near wall. Katarova looking for Gilday. Support, or rather strong defense by Sydney Bard. Push it back into the neutral zone.
She did a good job to come down and take away that pass lane. Looked like Gilday was coming in all alone.
Katarova And McQuigg along the far wall, Markowski. And there's 7 minutes to go here in the first period. Gilday chips it down. Job Smith going to keep it away from Vasco. It's effective there.
Job Smith first in on the forecheck, so getting her feet under her in her first game of the season.
And now McQuigg, oh, and it's a juicy opportunity helped out by Meixner to get the puck out of the crease. Job Smith floats it back for Thompson as Karvinen lined up for the one-timer. Boreen thought you could jump on it.
That rebound's been there a couple of times. There's no one home for Vancouver.
Karvinen, the middle, Jakes this time off the pad, and that time Phillips able to keep that puck in check. And so Ottawa on the board first, courtesy of Rania Savalainen. It's 1-0 in Ottawa. Vancouver in the offensive zone, unable to come away with the faceoffs. Ottawa's been very strong at the dot this season. Key to their success so far in these 4 straight wins. The big feed gives the Charge some room. Thompson stays with it. Savalainen to Laurent. Sent down for Clark. Along the wall, Hemp finds Laurent again as she faces pressure from Thompson. Mrazova trying to get the puck off the wall. Gives it away to Vancouver. Still in their own zone, though. Gardner.
Clearly wanted off because Gardner could have skated that puck right out of the zone.
She chips it ahead, so Leslie uses speed on this entry. In the circle, a nice feed for Jenner. Patient Jenner looking for her options. 5 goals so far for the captain.
Patiently waiting. I think she was trying to bank that puck off of Campbell, put it in the net. She skated herself kind of down to the goal line.
Bell to Vanisheva. It's just wide. Stays in Ottawa territory. Markowski trying to shake off her former teammate in Vanisheva. Finds its way into the neutral zone, and on the stick of Wisniewicz with a feed for Jenner again. Wisniewicz there. Great play. Out comes the Goldeneyes.
And you got to think for Ottawa right now, they created their 1 goal with a shot and a rebound, and maybe they need to just start putting some of those pucks on net.
Able to score 1 goal on Campbell in their last meeting with Vancouver. Rosenthal just to float it into the slot. Karvinen cuts to the near side. Rosenthal down for Boreen. Boreen back. Good to see her back on the ice. And Phillips with a freeze.
Ottawa with just 2 shots on goal right now. When we talk to their coaching staff before the game, they say their goal in most games is to hit about that 30-shot mark. I think Vancouver is probably about the same. So both these 2 teams want to start to figure out how to get more pucks on net. Some of that's just shoot and drive the net. Like I said, keep it simple.
Karvinen feed Rosenthal. She's got to get ahead of Katarova. Does that. Puts it down for Boreen. Great defense from Laroque as Ottawa able to get on the move once more. As Becky just mentioned, 2 shots on goal. Kept Vancouver to 5 so far as just over 3 minutes left here in the first period.
The old and the new jerseys. Jersey from the inaugural season.
And of course, a little country flair tonight inside TD Place, as it is country night. This is the second last home game for the Charge before the Olympic break. Mrazova. Top of the circle over to Clark. Her one-timer blocked by Gardner. That's also a big part of why the shots are so low. Able to find a way through. Miller
finding a way through, but then taking the shots when you have them.
Daniel to Bell, kick save, and Clark is there.
It's 3 times Vancouver's put a puck on net like that where the rebound is sat right out front. There's nobody there to bury it.
Quick work from Emily Clark to take that space and bring it out for the charge. Big hit from Vasco.
That was a huge hit.
And a Shohina in the mix as well. Shohina trying to get it out from below the goal line. Takes it into the slot. Now Hobson from distance. There's a rebound chance that Campbell takes care of. Good face-off win for Vancouver as they look to get out of their own zone. Jenner puts an end to that. Throws it across, looking for Leslie.
It's been a problem for them this year, is getting out clean. Brian Nadolski said they've got some players that do their best offensive work if they can come off the rush, but they can't get out clean. They can't attack off the rush.
Thompson is getting to work along the wall. Savalainen, the goal scorer so far, gets the puck back. Over to Jenner this time. She tries to go 5-hole. Campbell stops that.
Ottawa just turning pucks over in the neutral zone, transitioning, coming back in, and Brianne Jenner with some really nice patience to walk to the middle of the ice. Again, quick turnover in the neutral zone, and that's a little dish. Ottawa's got numbers. They've got 3 players attacking the net. Brianne Jenner, you can see why she's been so effective this year. That patience to wait out Ashton Bell as she tries to block her way. Walks right to the middle.
Hughes at the dot. Man, trying to get back possession. As Hughes, it's back in the zone. Back and forth. We're in the final minute. Vancouver, 6 shots to 4 so far. Hughes can't find a way into the middle. Markowski and Gilday to set something up. A great stick from Rosenthal. Job Smith.
Some nice patience on that regroup, just to turn back. Again, Job Smith in her first game, so getting a real feel for the game, the pace of the game.
Hemp loses it at the blue line, but Clark repossesses. Off the wall for Markowski from distance. He's looking to send it down for Clark. 5 seconds remaining. And that'll be all for 20 minutes. As Rania Savalainen gets the charge on the board, helped by Hemp and Larocque.
Brian Nadolski talked to us before the game and said it's been a real theme with his team, that turning pucks over, especially in neutral ice. And like he said, fueling Ottawa's offense. So not an easy fix either, learning to come out clean. Sometimes that's where the simplicity comes in. The first opportunity you see to move the puck, move the puck.
And simple has really been the message so far for Vancouver. Meanwhile, Ottawa able to score on their second shot of the game, and that came at about the midway point of the first period. And in comes Vancouver. Phillips turns that aside, and the Goldeneyes still kept to the outside. Venisheva, who had some of those opportunities early in this game, seemed to be happy to be back inside her former home venue. Seghetti to Channel Watkins, as Phillips is able to force that puck further away. Once again, those rebounds is hitting in close so far, and if the Goldeneyes can jump on it, make something happen. Leslie to Jenner as they're pushed to the perimeter once more. Markowski, as was Nevich. She's kept off the puck by Channel Watkins. Cava trying to flip it out, but Hen comes away. Gets the puck back in front of Campbell. Mrazov is right there.
Channel Watkins with a great stick in front of the net.
Gilday, a great shot. Seen her shot from the point before, just to generate something for her players, for the players down low, including right now Hemp. Bell blows a tire. Ottawa stays in the zone. Tess Campbell. Vancouver in the defensive zone. Wins the draw, looking ahead for Karvinen. Ottawa taking care of it in the neutral zone. Markowski flips it in. As up comes Katarova. News of Katarova, who's had a great start so far in the PWHL. 3 points, 8 games.
Brianne Jenner is going to come out and take this face-off. Of course, we talked about her being 60% in the face-off dot this year, and what a boost to their face-off numbers she has been.
And taking the bulk of their face-offs.
Oh, no doubt, right? When you're sitting at 60%, it's a big help to the other centers at practice as well, working on technique and practicing against one another. It's something they've really focused on over the last 3 years.
Assistant coach Haley Irwin telling us that before the game, but head coach Carl McLeod is in the building tonight. Lesnevich keeps the puck herself, brings it in. Looking for Jenner once more, shoveled back by Hobson. Campbell controlled. Hobson once more. Over this time for Riley, fans on the shot. Riley tries to bat it down. Brooke Hobson to the far side. Campbell comes out to play it back around this time. McQuigg. McQuigg with some work along the walls to get it back out for the Vancouver Goldeneyes, and Lappin. The charge, Serge Savalainen trying to pull the puck. Thompson.
Oh, nice try. Savalainen's got the offensive flair tonight.
Into Finland's Olympic roster. She's been there before.
And she just attempted to throw a hip check.
Campbell coming out to play the puck a little bit more here in the second period. The shots are now even at 7 each. Lots of space on the ice right now.
And there's another one for Vancouver. Again, nobody to pick up that rebound.
Goldeneyes win that ozone draw and then get a shot on Phillips. Daniel back to the point this time. Sent down by Job Smith. Nice play from Miller, and it was nearly off the skate of one of Ottawa's own. Phillips with a good save. Szigeti wins it, but then 2 Vancouver players trip on each other. Markowski in the corner. They are deep in their own zone right now. Gilday to the far side. Quick movement up for Hemp. She does what she can.
A nice second effort to get that puck deep.
Bell in control off the boards. Has Szigeti. Gets it across for Venisheva. She tries to corral the puck once more. Hobson breaking that play. Now Bell loose in front. Clark. To push it ahead, but Vancouver stays behind the net of Phillips. Good touch by Bard. Gets it around for Michaela Cava. Clark stays with Bard. Down she goes. Gardner to Daniel. Loose puck. Ottawa has it right now. Just like that, Miller takes it away for Vancouver, and we're back deep in the charge zone. Miller tries to use the far side. Gardner looking to turn and fire, blocked. There are bodies in front of Phillips. All kinds of distractions right now. Thompson from the near point.
Look like Vancouver again just trying to throw some pucks on net.
In with speed is Katarova, and she finds a way by. Has Hughes with her. What a play from the charge. It's not enough. Here's another chance. Katarova kicks safe from Campbell. Campbell locked in.
A couple nice saves, and Katarova, what a shift.
Vancouver under pressure there. Crowd inside TD Place rallying their team. Larocque with an assist already in this game stops the puck at center ice.
Again, just Vancouver looking for that stretch pass. Larocque gets her body in front of that puck.
Just a little bit too much stretch from the charge, as it'll be an icing. That's the thing, Ottawa really shoring up their team after expansion with players who are not necessarily from the other PWHL teams. So far, they've had a great impact. Ottawa now taking the lead as well in shots, 9-8. Here in the middle frame. Gilday out to Markowski in the neutral zone. As Leslie going to fly in and take over. Gaba shovels it forward. Venisheva. The pressure on Markowski. Gilday.
And that's what they need, and that's one of the things Venisheva did so well last year, is get in on the hunt on the forecheck.
Definitely seeing the Venisheva in the Ottawa days as she turns.
She's tenacious, and when she plays with that edge, it's when she's her best. Again, you saw that a lot last year. She got that fight at one point here in this rink.
She had the unofficial Gordie Howe hat trick.
The reason she was a fan favorite. She was edgy.
Boreen was looking up for Izzy Daniel. Charge. The setup gets it in the zone. Leslie was buzzing. Now Gardner. She comes in with speed far side of the circle this time. Stops. Has Miller for support. Miller. Options up to Jakes from the high slot. Inboard battle. Now Miller fires. That time from the left circle. Miller gets it back in the high slot. Takes another one on Phillips. It's still alive right in front of the net. Boreen is there. Thompson.
Hannah Miller's been all over the ice on this shift. In the corner, recovering, back out high, receiving, pass, jump in for the shot.
Shots from both circles. You can imagine that Miller also wants more production from herself after a stellar season with the Scepters.
Well, being left off of Team Canada, I would think it's going to bring her out in this game with a little bit of an edge.
Up into the netting. And so Ottawa takes the lead in shots and still holds on to a one-goal lead over Vancouver. Right now the Charge been strong so far here in the middle frame after a bit of a slow start. Of course, they got the first goal in the first period. Razova to Hemp with a nice redirect. Ottawa stays in the zone. Razova. Another feed as Hemp was positioned net front once more.
Two players looking for each other, and Razova, you know she's got good vision.
Savalainen will bring it up on the right side off the pad. Hemp is there.
She ripped that puck.
Bell stays with her. Razova looking for space, brings it up. Thought potentially she was going to drop it off for Wisniewicz. Keeps it herself, takes it all the way around. Hemp looking back along the near wall. The hash marks Wisniewicz. She takes it around Channel Watkins. Lays the hit. Bell flips it into the neutral zone.
Channel Watkins has had a few good defensive plays this game. That was a nice hit.
Wisniewicz trying to get ahead of Bell. She rims it. Markowski from the near point. Bell casually clears it, but another chance here for Ottawa. They look to set up once more. This time Leslie shaking off the pressure from Szigeti. Markowski to Jenner, one-timer. Rattles the cage.
Sharp angle, but she puts it on net. Ottawa have been really good on the neutral zone regroups. Just quick, get the puck out of traffic, and then attack.
Well, McMahon trying to bring it through a wall of 3 Goldeneyes. Markowski using the glass, and great hand-eye there from Katarova. And offside the call. Sub-captain the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs. Right now, her PWHL team looking to even the score. And between these two, there's never been a period where one side hasn't scored a goal. For a small sample size, this is their 3rd ever meeting. Newest Canadian rivals, Gardner.
She read that play, picked it off, just couldn't do anything with it after the fact.
Jake's at the point, but looking to get ahead of Katarova and able to break up that play along the near wall this time. Hughes finds space, and the Charge have been able to find space along the walls.
Katarova took a hit. Hughes got turned inside out. I think the fan base wanted a penalty on that play. They're not going to get one.
So right now, Vancouver looking to get on her horse. Vanisheva, the wraparound. Szigeti, in comes Kavita, looking for another chance. And a penalty. This one will be another power play opportunity for Vancouver, as a hooking call is assessed to Anna Shohina.
Well, and a couple of the times Vancouver's done a nice job driving the net, and they've been able to pick up penalties for their efforts. Vanisheva, we said, she can be a real spark plug. She drives the puck into the zone, and then Vancouver crashes the net, draws the penalty. So they're going to go back to the power play, their 2nd power play opportunity. Now, one thing you know about Vancouver is they got the power play quarterbacks. And they got Thompson on one unit, they got Jakes on the other, both of which could quarterback power play at the national team level as well.
And it was Thompson who scored on the power play for Vancouver's first ever road goal in this building. Their first meeting all the way back at the beginning of the season. This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Ottawa was very strong on their first penalty kill. Let's see what they can do here. Meanwhile, Thompson across for Bell. Patient, Kava to the circle. She'll trade places with Bell. Vanisheva. Back to the captain. Going to cycle this puck. Kava. Thompson's one-timer. Not quite the power. She wanted to send it. A good clear there as the players kept in from the no escape rule in the PWHL get to head off to the bench.
Well, that group of players did a good job to stay in shot lane. Vancouver working the puck around, but not really able to open anything up.
This time they'll try entry with speed. Vanisheva sends it around. Bell from the far point. And Miller in the high slot. Crowd loves what they're seeing. Kava. Check that. That might be booing Miller. To Jakes. Patient holds, takes a shot. Under 6 minutes to go in the 2nd period. 45 seconds remaining on this player advantage. 2nd power play of the game. Both have been for Vancouver.
Peyton Hump with another nice play, diving to get that puck cross ice so her team could get it down. And coaching staff of Ottawa calls her a workhorse. I'm really happy with her.
Daniel to Miller. And once again, Ottawa able to send it into the Vancouver zone, and in comes McMahon, short-handed, stopped by Campbell. But what an effort from number 18.
Oh, what an effort is right. And she smelled blood in the water, and she took off.
She was hungry for it. Daniel to Miller. Now on the power play, Gardner with plenty of time off the pad from Maureen. Another chance here for the Goldeneyes, and Phillips shuts Sharks still with a 1-0 lead.
Chances at either end of the ice, but it was Manna McMahon with maybe the best opportunity of Vancouver's power play. She beats Sophie Jakes as Puckett is able to walk in all alone. Kristen Campbell's got to be sharp. Then Vancouver back down the other end of the ice. Jen Gardner, what a feed! And Abby Maureen just cannot get it past the sprawling pad of Gwyneth Phillips. Of course, Gwyneth Phillips catches the opposite way. So you're shooting on her glove handle. Maybe you think you're making a move to her blocker.
Well, Vancouver won the draw, but it was controlled by Ottawa. They're able to take the puck away right away. Certainly working hard here at home, the Charge, knowing that they're going to have a bit of a road stretch for the Olympic break. McQuigg at the point. Both these teams play on Sunday. Little rest. Channel Watkins through traffic. Clark can't hold, but out comes Hen. But the 2-on-1 as Eveline takes the shot. It was a good option for Peyton Hemp. Now on the other end, Karvinen fires.
Things have opened up both ways. Off player rushed both ways. Vancouver came back with 4-on-3, just and couldn't turn it into anything.
In the neutral zone, Mrazova goes down. Leslie is to pass it off. 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Score still stands 1-0 as it was just before the 10-minute mark of the opening frame. Rosenthal looking for her options as Phillips covers. Miller and Jenner, but Thompson fires. Turned aside by Phillips. Jakes on the far side. Try to keep it in at the half wall. Rebecca Leslie looking to shake off Daniel. Had Jenner poised. Vancouver gets headed the other way. Miller to Gardner. Jakes one-timer. Kick save Phillips. Brings the action back to the near side and out it comes as Wasnevich works on the side. Leslie shoots. Goes back around McMahon.
That shot's on net, it can be dangerous. And you got players driving the net, but the last thing you want to do is bring it around the wall.
McMahon keeps it herself, drives towards the net. Katarova in the slot. Pushes over Izzy Daniel, but Teresa Vanisheva looking to do it on her own. Katarova takes the puck away. Anna Szigeti back to Vanisheva. Bell puts it on Phillips off the glass.
A couple Ottawa turnovers now have been leading the chances.
Vancouver, they even this score out. Channel Watkins, Bell, blocked in front, Szigeti. Puck gets taken away by Savalainen. Bell loses her stick as she goes to reach for the puck. Channel Watkins.
It's one of those situations where she stayed in the play, but she hadn't had a stick to support her partner.
Alexa Vasco. It's offside. And Becky Keller, you had mentioned that perhaps the crowd was actually booing Ashton Bell, which happens in hockey when
this is
a former player returns, although so many We Love Emirates Mashmeyer signs. Of course, goaltender and a defender, a little different.
Oh, there absolutely is. You remember the first year after Daryl Watts left and signed with Toronto, she didn't get an overly warm reception when she came back. This is a pretty savvy fan base, pretty passionate fan base here in Ottawa.
MVP, meanwhile, Job Smith working with Bard to get it out of the Vancouver zone. Karvinen flipped it up ahead for Rosenthal, but it's taken away by Emily Clark. She goes wide.
She had Peyton Hemp coming in late.
Larocque brings it in herself. Shoots. Miller keeps the puck as we're in the final minute of play in the second period. Brings it into the zone. Nearly turned over Izzy Daniel. fires the shot once more. Blocked not once, but twice. To keep Vancouver at bay. Goldeneyes with the lead in shots once more, this time 15-13.
Well, it's been a better period for them.
LaRock gets it ahead for Jenner. 2-on-1. There's the shot, turned aside by Campbell. Wasnevich goes down. Crowd calling for a penalty. It is coming. And so, with 22.7 seconds left in the second period, Ottawa will get its first power play of the game.
Well, I don't think Cava agreed with this. But to me, it was pretty obvious. Cava throws the stick, takes Wasnevich down. She loses her footing. And so he said Ottawa to their first power play. And power play that has been tops in the league this year.
Coming at 24.1% overall, 7 for 29.
They've been very creative. There's been a lot of movement on the power play. So you don't really know what it is that they're going to throw at you. Unpredictable.
6 players contributing to those 7 power play goals. Jenner with 2 so far. Power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Officials might need... They were just checking the ice surface for a moment. We're back to the face-off as the Charge have the player advantage. Savalainen, power play goal this season already. Katarova. It's it back for LaRock. Over this time to Mrazova. Savalainen shoots. It's high. Katarova once more. LaRock comes in. Takes the shot on Campbell. There's the horn to save the Goldeneyes as the third period will start. The same score as this frame. 1-0 Ottawa. The Charge, though, on the power play. Fans always show up in Ottawa, all decked out in country gear. Third period is underway. Ottawa starting with plenty of time left on this power play. All power plays brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes and so much more. Jenner. The short pass to Hughes. And Gilday to regain control.
Vancouver had to make that line change quick. They were sauntering off the ice. Ottawa just turned that puck right around, came back at them.
He managed to do so as Jenner held up in the near corner. Sent across by Abby Boreen.
Boreen's going to pressure this puck now. About sauntering off the bench. Ottawa was taking their time getting off the bench as well.
She's quick. Sarah Wasnevich, that's what all her coaches say. They've enjoyed what she's been able to bring. It was an overtime game winner, a 3-point game last week.
Yeah, they've been very happy with their game. Fast, strong, physical. Said it translates really well into the way this league is played.
20 seconds remaining here on the power play. Miller and Vasco just outside the Vancouver blue line. 15 seconds remaining on the advantage here for the Charge. Charge had no power play opportunities against the Goldeneyes when they were in Vancouver. They had just 2 when they were at home the first time facing Vancouver. Miller. And that'll do for the power play back to even strength.
Once again, just lining up across that blue line and making the entry really difficult. It's one of those situations then where maybe you want to chip pucks in behind.
McMahon. Just trying to look for Shohina. Goes cross ice. We'll check that the Vancouver Goldeneyes get going. Channel Watkins off the side of the net. Seghetti picks it off the half wall. Channel Watkins again. Katarova swoops in with a block. Katarova once more. Trying to get in the middle of the ice for McMahon. He's had some good looks tonight as well. Boreen steers the action along the far wall. Greco. And now Gabby Hughes comes in. Shot off Campbell. Has to bury the rebound. And back behind the goal, Greco. As Vanisheva. So we go 2-on-2.
Neutral zone turnover on a play that really is unforced for Vancouver. They just need to chip the puck deep.
Job Smith. And now the charge. Flip it back, Job Smith. A little touch over to Karvinen. Karvinen, who took a heavy block in the second period, back out here in the third.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where once you catch your breath, you're all right. You'll probably have a big, healthy bruise on her ribs tomorrow.
Thompson, Vancouver's points leader. Had Miller there, but Gilday delivering a hit on Hannah Miller. It's the charge. Set it in deep.
Track back well. It looked like maybe Ottawa's going to be able to turn that into an odd player rush. Vancouver got back in a hurry.
Voznevich. The near wall back out. Rebecca Leslie going to get ahead of Jenna Watkins. Turns around. Hobson. The top of the circle down. Pops it to the far point. Across Riley. Fending off that pressure from Katie Chan. Bell. Puck behind her. Looking to get out of their own zone, but they remain down deep. Controlled exit. Jen Gardner able to use the boards for some help. Lappin still manages to help her team as she heads off for a change.
Well, that's one of those ones, if you dump it in initially, you got a little bit more pressure on the forecheck.
Vasco off the bench. Quick touch from Hobson, and out comes Shohina. She fires it on net. Meixner scores! Yeehaw for the Ottawa Charge as they extend their lead in the third period.
Oh, we talked about keeping it simple. Ottawa scored both their goals the exact same way, which is put pucks on net and crash the net. One of the things that Vancouver has not been able to do up until this point. So just simple. Enter, get to the middle of the ice, throw that puck on net. There's the rebound, crash, put it in. It sounds simple. It's not always that simple, but what's needed is just the mentality that you want to drive the net, that you're going to throw pucks on net and throw them on net low. We've seen a few pucks in this game whistled high and wide. There's no offense off of those.
Anna Meixner with her second goal of the season, and both have been scored against Vancouver on this ice. Against two different netminders, as it was Maschmeyer who had the start last time around. Big hit from Hughes. As she takes down Greco, pops back up. Gets the pass off. Not quite, as McMahon keeps it in zone. Just a fire from the high slot off an angle. Just a two-goal game, but Ottawa feeling very much in control of this one. Well, we've seen Vancouver erase a two-goal deficit, and they did it in the third period in their last game against Boston in Detroit. So anything, of course, there's still so much time. 14 minutes remaining. But Clark gets going. Brings to the top of the circle. Pressured by Thompson. Clark, patient, fires it off the pad.
Looking for the same thing, right? Throw it off a pad and just see.
Gilday looking for her options. One-timer from Razova. Kick save from Campbell. Brings the action to the far corner. As they dig in, Thompson, not only the leader of this team, but the first to sign with the Goldeneyes. Tries to get her team right where they need to be, and they are in the charge zone. Daniel looking for her former Scepters teammate. Now Daniel shoots. It's loose. And Jenner comes in to clean it up. Through the first two periods, Vancouver leading in face-offs. This time Ottawa able to take control in their own zone. Miller with a good stick. The puck is back on the Vancouver end, and that gives Ottawa some space. Was Nevich and Jenner looking to retrieve off the wall. Bell and Vanisheva for Vancouver as Channel Watkins over to Cava. Miller with a quick pass out for Vanisheva. She looks to get around Hobson. Can't do that. Hobson is a hit as well. Hobson came into this game tied with two other Charge players, 16 hits. Former New York Siren, now Cava plays it ahead for Segedi.
Cava in good defensive position.
And Hobson staying with Vanisheva. Creating that pressure. Job Smith gets it in from distance, but no chance there as Vanisheva trying to make something happen against her former goaltender. Familiar with Phillips, of course. Thompson and Jakes. As Miller was set up for the tip-in. They stay buzzing around the net. Here's a shot, Phillips. With the save, and Hughes getting into it with Miller. Not liking how close she was getting to Phillips, who's staying red hot right now. A 2-goal lead for the Charge, but Vancouver with some mounting chances. That was a set play from the faceoff that Miller won. She came in at 50% efficiency so far. Jakes has Miller once more, but Savalainen gets in the way. It's net front.
Savalainen and LaRock do a good job in front.
Nevich got a piece of the puck. Miller, that gets the outside of the goal. Been in and around, rather, the net. The cross-ice feed finds Leslie. She looks to get around Daniel. Daniel with a good block. Leslie circles, looks for another option. That Hughes waiting and patient. Daniel.
Rebecca Leslie. A good chance down at the other end of the ice, and what a season she's having, and all sorts of individual skills. She feeds a nice pass cross crease for a chance. She's kind of coming in all alone, and then comes back, gets the puck, throws it cross crease. Initially, she entered the zone by herself. You're looking for a move because you know she's got them, and then she waits with the patience. Some reinforcements here that just can't quite connect. You talk about players who are having a good year. 8 points on the year, 4 goals, 4 assists. Last year, she had 3 points total all season, so it's a pretty good start to the season, just 10 games in.
Well, and it helped that she had 3 points against Vancouver alone in their first meeting at TD Place.
And I start racking up 3-point nights, and yeah.
So under 10 minutes remaining in the third period. Vanisheva gets it out for Bell. And Channel Watkins' stick goes flying. Collects it quick, lays a hit. And Anna Segedi plays it ahead for Cava. Cava comes in. Can't get around Markowski, but Vanisheva, patient. Going to shake off the rookie Riley. And Vanisheva gets the puck back. No one on the far side. As number 13 has been doing all she can to get her first goal as a Goldeneye against her former team. Ottawa wants to send their fans home happy tonight, but Thompson to get her team on the board. Jakes to Thompson. She's pressured by McMahon. Thompson again. Easy block for Katarova. Under 9 minutes remaining.
Jakes usually gets those shots through. Katarova does a nice job just to get again into that lane.
She'll try in with speed, flips it, and she scores! Sophie Jakes with the first for Vancouver.
Wow, this is just a deceptive shot, and this one ate up Gwyneth Phillips. I said Sophie Jakes usually gets her shots through well. She didn't make the same mistake twice. This one wasn't getting blocked, and you watch the deception on this shot as she sort of pulls it in and then fires between the defender's legs. I said it ate up Gwyneth Phillips. I don't think she could get a read off that puck, as again it's being pulled in. She changes the angle of the shot. She puts it through the defender's legs, and that's just a hard puck to stop just under the pad.
Yeah, got a piece of the pad, but went underneath. And so suddenly it's a 2-1 game.
That really changes things, doesn't it?
8 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in regulation. 3 points for either side is going to be massive. That's Jakes' 4th goal of the season, and she becomes the 2nd Goldeneye to score here in Ottawa. We'll keep you up to date with everything. The score is 2-1 for the Charge with 8:40 left in the third. Shots are even, 20 apiece. Give you some more frequent updates on that. But right now, Mrazova with the puck, has Hemp with her, holds over to Clark, but Maureen comes in, takes a bit of a physical play on Clark, goes down, far point, Savalainen. That's the puck to Hemp this time. Savalainen, patient. Looking for some space over to Gilday. Pass into the neutral zone, 8 minutes remaining.
Help had Mrazova open in the high slot, just couldn't hit the stick.
Meixna has her 2nd goal of the season. Right now standing as the go-ahead. Clark and Reba on the bench. Wozniewicz. And now Jenner. Jenner has helped her team out tonight. Maybe not on the score sheet so far, but clearing pucks. Dangerously close. One-timer from Gilday. Campbell makes a save, but the puck goes high, lands down in the slot.
She shoots the puck hard, doesn't she?
Stays in the O-zone. Yes, we noticed that in warm-ups alone. Her shots sound different, look different, have a little extra zip to it. Crowd breaking out in chants here as we are now 7 minutes left in regulation. Jenner had the puck. Szigeti lays it ahead. Vanisheva cuts in front of Gilday. Gilday makes sure she stays put. Markowski's feed ends up on Jake's stick. Jakes got Vancouver on the board here in the 3rd period. So a goal for each side so far in this frame. Thompson to Jakes. Katarova loses an edge. Charge able to close that lane. Ottawa can't hold the zone, so Thompson send it up ahead for Jakes. Over to Daniel. The strongest line so far of the night. Makes sense. It is their top line. It was the starters as well in this game. Starting lineup.
They've been noticeable out here. The bulk of the opportunity scoring chances, Vancouver have come through them.
Larocque picked up an assist on that Savalainen goal to open scoring in the 1st period. Right now, Vancouver looking to even the score. They erased a 2-goal deficit in their last game. Can they do it again? But Savalainen looking to restore that 2-goal lead. Puck stays below the goal line. Out comes Channel Watkins. She carries it all the way into the other end. Leaves it for Vanisheva from the circle. Pad save from Phillips. And what a stop that is.
Well, and there it is again, right? There's that puck that just sits out front of the net, and there's no one there to put it in.
Vanisheva with a wonderful chance to tie this game, but Ottawa still holding on to a 1-goal lead with 5:15 left in the third.
Right now, Vancouver looking to tie this thing up. I would love to see them get some more traffic to the front of the net. They've had so many opportunities. The pucks have just lay out front.
Charge have been effective in getting out of their zone, but there the puck goes. Jake's in for the chase, gets it over to Thompson. Gardner fanned on that, but still the Goldeneyes able to send it deep. Under 5 minutes remaining in regulation. Jenner on the move with Leslie. She takes it from the circle to the slot, blocked. Down goes Jakes. Jenner jumps on it. Patient, weighs her options. Sharp angle shot. It's bowled over by Thompson.
Jenner brought that puck into the zone and dished to Rebecca Leslie. I think she wanted that puck back. She cut into open ice and got herself wide open in the slot.
The line and passes it off, but watch out as Vanisheva once more. Dangerous giveaway. And in the middle, Vanisheva's pass ends up on the sticks of the Ottawa Charge, but offside the call. For Vancouver, the last time they faced the Charge, which was also the last time the Charge suffered a loss in the PWHL. They've since had 4 straight wins, looking to make it 5 tonight. Hobson to Gilden. Sent down by Karvinen. Karvinen, who hasn't had as much playing time in this game. To get it over for Rosenthal. Pressed up in the near corner. Shannon Watkins collects it. Katarova with the pressure once more. A chance for Karvinen off the pad this time. McMahon turns and sends it down. It'll be an icing call. That time Ottawa to make it a not so clean win. That gives the Charge some space. Hughes got it in the zone, but back we go the other way. Gardner. Daniel loses an edge. She was on the chase. Jakes patient. Try to get it up behind the Charge players. Mrazova draws Vancouver her way. In come the Charge once more. And go across the crease was Peyton Hemp. She gets the puck back. Clark settles around the net. Savalainen, open scoring. The backhand shot that time. Campbell makes the save. Clark got a stick on it, but carried out by Izzy Daniel. Check that, she'll just send it deep. That was a story for the Ottawa Charge last season. A very different team, sure, but it was their third period play that burnt them more than a couple times.
They struggled in overtime over the last 2 seasons.
And this year, that's not the case, but it's a good test here against this Vancouver team, determined to come away with points. Vanisheva, her shot deflected. Leslie, and there's an empty net. She just misses it. The crowd was hoping it would sail in. Jakes to Thompson. It's 15 points. Jakes off the pad, or rather, no, a good stop there. 6 on 5. The empty net. On the other side, Thompson's pass. Take it away. Jenner with the empty net. 3-1 now for the Charge.
Well, the captain's been huge. She's been huge for this team over the last 5 games. The 4-game win streak again here tonight. She finds the empty net. Like I said, sometimes you want to get that red line and make sure. Sometimes you just want to take your chances and see if you can put it in the empty cage. And Brianne Jenner puts it right in the middle.
Goal number 6 of the season for Jenner. That moves her up to 11 points. And that also moves her into a tie for league points leader. She now has a point per game. This is her 11th game of the season. 5 of those points have come against Vancouver. That was the empty netter. To regain a 2-goal lead for the home team. And they score! Vancouver manages to get back within 1, and quickly, as there's still just over a minute left in this game.
But just when you think Ottawa is going to cruise to victory, there's still some fight in this Vancouver team. Looks like Michelle Carvinen's going to get her first goal of her PWHL career. This one comes off a nice bounce, but good puck movement. They get the puck up to the top, a shot, and then there's the tip. You got Gwyneth Phillips moving to her left to make the save. Nice tip to the right. She just can't get that glove back.
Very important late game goal. Watching on is right now, that is her first PWHL point, and it'll stand. Sorry, first PWHL goal. She now has 3 points in this campaign. So we're in the final minute of play. Campbell goes off, so still now we're going to look for another goal here by Vancouver to tie it. I mean, this is a team, they erased a 2-goal deficit just last week. They could absolutely do it again here.
Scored 3 in the third against Boston.
Building character as a new team. Wisnevich thought she had it. Jakes got Vancouver on the board. Sends it over to Gardner from the point. Oh, but watch out! Rebecca Leslie gets ahead, and there's an empty net waiting for that. To her point tally, and able to create a little bit more distance once again on the scoreboard. Back to a 2-goal lead for Ottawa.
Rebecca Leslie creates the turnover at the top. She gets out quickly. She reads that pass D to D, and then she is gone. No one's catching her. She puts it into the empty net. 9 points on the season. I mean, we talked about her in this game. What a year she's having. Now, she spent the bulk of last year on either the 3rd or 4th line, getting an opportunity on the 1st line, and she's making the most of that opportunity.
And it really started with some incredible play during the postseason, and I love that she didn't take any chances with the empty netter. She brought it in as close as she could before bearing that. A 2-on-1, Gadarova shoots. 2 seconds remaining. The charge continue to surge. 5 straight wins for Ottawa. 4-2 tonight over the Vancouver Goldeneyes, where we had goals by Savalainen, Meiksna, Jenner, and Leslie. An incredible performance from Gwyneth Phillips. And once again, our final score, 4-2 for the Ottawa Charge over the Vancouver Goldeneyes. For Becky Keller, Rob Pizzo, our entire production crew, and the PWHL, I am Daniela Ponticelli. Thanks for watching, and good night from Ottawa.